Hey, it's Tim from Helix Gym. Thanks for checking out another video. We upload a new video every damn Thursday, so make sure you keep subscribed and check them out.
I'm Tim Frey and I'm on a mission to teach you the best tools, hacks, programs, and information to take your training, mindset, and nutrition to the next level.
So last Sunday, I was doing a mobility and flexibility workshop with our clients. Sunday 9 a.m. we do the Helix method sessions, and they were asking me, was the mobility and flexibility stuff we learned was that transferable to barbell training? And I said it was, but barbell training has a little bit more specificity to it, and I wanted to talk through that with you on this video. So one of the key components for barbell training and warming up for barbell training is understanding the mobility-stability relationship on the kinetic chain. So this theory was first taught to me by Gary Gray and Gray Cook, and they developed the FMS system of movement. So basically from the ankles to the T-spine, we've got mobility, stability at the knees, mobility at the hips, stability at the core, and then mobility at the shoulders. So we want to get mobile in the ankles, hips, and T-spine, and we want to get stable in the knees and core. So if you just think about that from a ground-up approach, how would you use that philosophy of movement, stability to warm up properly? And the way you would do that is you're going to get mobile through the ankles, hips, and T-spine, and do stability exercises for the knees and core. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? So the first thing we're going to do in a good warm-up for barbell training is SMR, or self-myofascial release. Okay, that sounds kind of naughty in the name of it, but basically what that means is foam rolling or release work on specific muscles. If I'm doing release work, I'm going to think about the session that's coming ahead, and I'm going to say, all right, cool, so I'm doing a lower body dominant session, so primarily I'm going to do SMR, or self-myofascial release, on all the major muscle groups on the lower body or where I'm feeling really tight. So for self-myofascial release stuff, I like to get usually about 10 rolls or 30 seconds on each main muscle group and then move on to the next one. So I would spend no more than 5 to 10 minutes on self-myofascial release or mobility training, and that will be the first component. The next component is the general warm-up, and we're going to go back to our first theory or concept we were talking about with the kinetic chain, and we're going to do 3 ankle mobility exercises, 3 hip mobility exercises, and 3 T-spine exercises. When you do those mobility exercises, you want to think about all the possible ranges of motion that joint will be asked to move in the workout that's coming ahead. So if you have a workout that has snatches in it, you want to think about getting your T-spine into an extension overhead, or extending the shoulders into that position. And then you're going to be thinking, all right, so I'm going to be doing full snatches, so I'm going to be asked to do an overhead squat where my arms are extended overhead and I'm in a rock bottom. So what am I going to need to mobilize from the ankles, hips, and T-spine perspective? And then how am I going to have to stabilize in the knees and the core? So you want to think about what is coming in the session when you decide what to do in your mobility training. And that is my second point, is your general warm-up needs to be specific to the barbell lifts that are coming up. So after you've done your self-myofascial release, and after you have done your general warm-ups or your mobility for ankles, hips, and T-spine, and some stability stuff for the knees and ankles, you want to think about doing a thermogenic warm-up. I think this component, or the third tip I've got here, is missed. By thermogenic warm-up, I mean basically just getting the body warm. And how I'm doing that is on the assault bike, rower, ski, skipping, running, those type of things. We're actually getting the engine warm on the body. A lot of people just do, you know, some of these, some arm swings, some dowel rotations, and then they're into a ballistic exercise like a snatch, when the body isn't actually warm for it. I remember hearing a theory on a YouTube video. It was like, you know, when you get that second wind when you're training or you're running or something like that, that is when your body is physiologically warm and ready to go, and when it's actually warm, which is fucking wild, because usually that's so far into a workout that you're like, surely I'm not warm at this point physiologically. But anyway, the top point I'm trying to make here is make sure your body is warm and you do have a sweat on before you're training. And then my fourth tip is make sure it's a barbell specific warm-up. So if you have powerlifting movements coming up, squat, deadlift, bench, make sure you're doing the adequate warm-up sets for it. In terms of my warm-up sets, if I'm doing a strength training block and I'm going for sets of 2 or 3, I would make sure I'm starting at a high reps and then going down to lower reps. So I'd start at like 8, 6, 4, 3. They would be 4 warm-up sets, and let's say I did a 3x3. For our Olympic lifting stuff, generally we're not doing any more than 3 reps ever in a working set, unless you're doing CrossFit, and that's shit, and we don't want to do that. But generally for my Olympic lifting stuff, I'm doing like If I'm going top down for a warm-up approach, I'm doing behind the neck press, I'm gonna go 3 to 5, overhead squat 3 to 5, snatch balance 3 to 5, hang snatch pulls, below knee, above knee, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing 3 to 5 reps unloaded with the bar, and then my actual working sets or my warm-up sets are gonna be like increasing percentages. Maybe they're 2 reps, 2 reps, 2 reps, 2 reps. Depends how you go, but make sure that you are doing specific working warm-up sets with your barbell movements. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. You can't expect someone to go do like 80%, 3 sets of 3 at 80% of a snatch without properly warming up with a barbell. That is a losing game. I hope you enjoyed my 4 tips for barbell specific warm-ups. Don't forget to drop a like or a comment below. I really appreciate all the support, or even throw in a cheeky subscribe if you're feeling naughty. It's been Tim from Helix Gym. If you want to connect, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at TimFrey2_, or follow my business page at Helix Gym. And then lastly, don't forget to download our 4-week training program. This is super simple, dumb training program that you can do anywhere. All you need is a barbell and a body, and you're gonna be sweet. It's a 4-week training block. It'll be in the description below. Have a good day.